Hello, hello, hello. Howdy hooty, everybody. Hi, honey, how are you? So far, the only person that said hello would be that person right there sitting on the couch. Alright. I don't know, shit, ask me anything, Griffin. But here, really quick though, let me ask you guys something first and foremost. Hey Juan, what's up? So, what am I drinking today? I'll let you guys decide. Anything that's in the front here. We've got Pirat Special Reserve Ale aged in rum barrels. 1090 The Closer, which is an Imperial Farmhouse. Silver City Copper Mountain Maibach. We've got, let's see, Valdieu Abbey Ale. It's a Grand Cru. And we've also got Milwaukee Brewing Company Wolfhound Imperial Irish Red. So, guys, take a couple seconds, chime in with what you would like me to drink today. Got any Zima? Fuck no. Chime in with what you would like me to drink, and that is what I shall drink today. So what's it gonna be, guys? Pick one. Try Voodoo Brewery. I don't have Voodoo Brewery. Canadian beer. I'm willing to try anything as long as it's good. The last one? Silver City? Okay. Alright, honey, I'll get you something good too. Alright, Silver City. Alright, we've got 3 people going with Silver City. So you know what? I'm thirsty. I'm just going to close the voting right now. That's what we're going with. Silver City. Howdy hooty. Alright, what the hell did I do with my bottle opener? What? Where? What? Huh? Oh, there. Okay. There's my bottle opener. Dee-dee-dee. It is not horrible, honey. Just because you're a Palmeiras fan. All right. Ooh. Very, very, very delicious. Pours a nice golden color. A little bit of a head right there. That's a very good lager. Has just a little bit of a spiciness to it. That's really good. Ooh, that's good. Honey, you want beer?
Yes, please.
All right. All right. Let's have one of those right there. There we go.
Thank you.
Here you go, honey.
Thank you.
All right, get mine now. All right, let's adjourn to the studio a little bit. I'll answer any questions you guys have got today. Oh my God, it's so dark. It's so scary. Oh my God. Ah, there's a light. All right. Anyone have any questions for me? Why is Aristides better than Kiesel other than Jeff is trash? It's because you can spend $3,000 to $4,000 on a Kiesel and you might not get a $3,000 to $4,000 instrument, whereas you can spend $3,000 to $4,000 on an Aristides and you will get a $3,000 to $4,000 instrument. That's the reason why. No, Damon, this is not a fucking IPA. What pickups should I put in my Kiesel? Christ, fucking anything other than those lithiums. Shit, I don't know. Talk to Nick G. Nick G, rather. Oh my god, I can't believe I just did that. He and I had a big discussion about how somebody couldn't pronounce his name right, and I just fucked it up. I am so sorry, Nick, if you are watching this. Yeah, no, seriously, look at my friends list for a guy, Nick G. He works with Guitar Marie, and he makes some absolutely badass fucking pickups. I would definitely go with that. Eclipse 8 versus Ionizer 8? I don't know. I haven't played the Eclipse 8. I've only played the Ionizer, and wasn't really feeling it. So, yeah, I'm sorry, Nick. I'll pronounce your name right. What is my opinion of Halo guitars? I saw somebody post. And my opinion is, I think they're a lot of bullshit, honestly. I remember way the fuck back in the days of MySpace and shit when, like, they were hitting up everybody who had a guitar picture on their profile. Hey, man, you want an endorsement? And that's just kind of what turned me off to them right off the bat. But I have had a chance to play a few Halos, and no thank you. All right. Hey, Chris is here! Any other questions? Anyone? I mean, fuck, anything. Guitar? Whatever. This awesome beer? Yo! This is really, really good. It's not something that we as Americans are not used to. It's a lager, but this is a little bit more complex. It's very tasty. Ibanez's new premium series. So what I think about the premium series is that they're a decent enough instrument, but Ibanez across the board has not been impressing me with quality control for a long, long time. And I say across the board because I've even had some Prestiges and I've played some J Customs that just didn't sit well with me. And I know a few of you guys out there have said, well, dude, I love mine. I love mine. You know, hey, more power to you. Just my bad luck. You know, I'll pick one off the wall and it'll just kind of suck. So I'm sure that there's awesome ones out there, but yeah. Someone had a really good question. Oh, Nick, you're funny. Why don't you have a beard? I can't grow anything right here. I am genetically predisposed to grow a redneck Oakley's goatee and mustache ensemble right here. Literally, this right here is the only shit that grows on me. So that's why I don't have a beard. Let's see. Other questions that you guys have had. Whoa! Lost it. Let's see. What do you think about Bias FX? Haven't tried it, my friend. Have not tried it. I've heard good things. Charles just asked me, worst guitar or bass you've ever tried? Oh, god damn. Pass. God, I can't think of anything. Oh man, I can't think of what the absolute worst thing is. I don't know, maybe an old ass Schecter Damien or something. I used to have one like the first year they came out with the Damiens, and man, that guitar sucked. So, yeah, that is the first and only guitar I've ever smashed on stage was that one. So, that was probably the worst one. I have tried the Schecter Apocalypse. I fucking love it. The Schecter Apocalypse that I tried had a really, really awesome, those Apocalypse pickups that Schecter makes. Really, really cool. I actually really enjoyed them. They sounded awesome. Nice note definition, very heavy sounding. Worst high-end. You mean worst high-end guitar? Definitely that Bond that I had. Oh, god damn. Oh, that one was heartbreaking. You know, to know that I spent so much money on my Moby Dick, on my White Whale instrument that I had to own, and it sucked that bad. Oh boy. It was just sad. Just sad. Let's see. Any other questions that I may have missed? Ever played the Ernie Ball Music Man Majesty model? Yes, Troy, I have, and I actually like it a lot. Let's see. I just saw that Michael just joined us. Hey, Mike. Mike is one of my old professors at Rock Valley College in Rockford, Illinois. One of my music professors and also a fellow beer aficionado. Mike, today I am having a Silver City Copper Mountain Maibach. Did I remember right? I don't have the bottle in front of me, but a Silver City Maibach. And it's tasty. Very nice lager. I have heard of Lionheart Guitars. I would love to try one. What strings do you like? Oh, this is funny, especially if you've read some of the threads that I've been on in some of the groups. I have the unpopular opinion that when you guys are talking about strings as much as you are in the Facebook groups, that there's a lot of snake oil that you guys are really, really impressed with. I don't hear too much sonic difference from any of them. I don't notice that much of a feel difference. Very few exceptions. I hate elixirs. I can't stand elixirs. Something about them, like the coating, just makes it sound so dead right off the bat, and it doesn't feel right either. Something that I've recently become privy to, though, that I really like, I love Ernie Ball M Steels. They sound so loud when you put them on a guitar. I really wish that they were available in more extended gauges, but no, I love the Ernie Ball M Steels. I've put them on a lot of different instruments, and you put them on an instrument that has like a lot of a lack of resonance, and it kind of fixes that a little bit. Let's see. What else? What picks do I prefer? I've got a lot that I like. Let me go over a few. So this one right here is the Dunlop Jazz 3 XL. This one was kind of my gold standard for many, many years. Besides that, there's a company that I and my wife have worked with from Brazil called Ha5 Picks, which I love using. They are a polycarbonate, come in a variety of different shapes and different thicknesses and colors. I dig them. I like them quite a bit. That being said, one pick that I recently got turned on to that I really, really love, and thank you, Mr. Chad, for pointing this out to me. These are the Dunlop Ultex Jazz 3 XLs. I think these are slowly becoming my new go-tos. I love the sound and the feel of these ones. So, favorite death record? Yes. Fucking Symbolic. I love Symbolic. That's the first death record that I ever heard, and I love death in general. Hi, honey. Thank you so much. So, off camera, the wife just brought me some pão de queijo, which, for those of you that don't speak Portuguese, is Brazilian cheese bread. These are Brazzy Bites that you can get at Sprouts. Absolutely delicious, and she found a new flavor of them, 3-cheese pizza. Cool, I'll be happy to try it. Let's see. Any other questions we've got going on here? I see so many people keep logging on. I guess here's a question for you guys. How are you guys digging this so far? I don't typically do like the live streaming thing. Ever play a guitar or piece of gear that you were hyped to try but ended up being a complete letdown? God, so many. Insert Ibanez here, honestly. I would say even recently insert BC Rich here, you know. I haven't been too impressed with what that company's been putting out for a long, long time. See, like the Fishmans. I love Fishmans. I have yet to get a guitar with them. That being said, I have one that is currently being built for me from Bolliger Guitars. Joe is having a semi-custom made for me, the Archetype model, and I asked if I could send off some Fishmans for him to put in. He's like, yeah, sure, awesome. So I was like, all right. Sending you some Devin Townsend Fishmans, and they are going in my Archetype traditional that is going to have a Floyd Rose, a pickguard, a vintage burst finish. It's going to be the ultimate power metal super strat. I love it. I have the Steph Carpenter signature Fishmans. You know, I didn't really care for the Steph Carpenters too much. I thought that they had... I don't know, something was just weird about him. Chad could probably articulate it better than I could, but some just sounded like it was lacking from those. The moderns sounded so much better to me. Let's see. Best 7-string for under $1,000. There's so many great ones you can find out there, honestly. Take a look for used ones. Every so often an Ormsby pops up used for under $1,000, but that's a little rare. Sometimes some cool Ibanez premiums. Even though I'm not a fan of the Ibanez stuff these days, every so often something comes out that I actually really, really dig. Like that Green Dot reissue was, I felt was really, really cool. There's a lot. Schecter. Schecter's a good one. I feel like their quality control has been getting a lot better in recent years, and it's a bit tougher to find a Schecter that has a glaring issue on it. 420 blatant, nah, not for me, man. Nah, I'm all about the beer. Prestige RGD. Haven't played one that I actually like, to be honest with you. So, and you know, I have to stress this when talking about Ibanez. Like, I know that a lot of you guys out there own Ibanez models that you think are absolutely badass. Hey, more power to you. It's just not my thing. Let's see. BC Rich's new stuff is shit, to be honest. Yeah, I would say for the most part, yeah. I like a lot of the older BC Rich stuff. My buddy Eric would probably agree with me on that. He absolutely loves old school BC Rich stuff. That being said, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen the video of this, the Chuck Schuldiner Stealth. Damn it. I totally just pulled a Paul from Guitar World. It's not Schuldiner, it's Schuldiner. Chuck Schuldiner Stealth model. That is how it's fucking pronounced. But this guitar, I will never ever get rid of. I don't know if it's a once-in-a-million instrument that just plays better than all the other ones, but goddamn, I love this thing. Easily one of the best guitars I own for... just for inspiration, you know. Love trying to write some death metal on this thing. Love it. What happened with BC Rich and their quality? They've been bought and sold so many times, and they keep getting bought by these companies that don't really give too much about quality control. They care more about bottom line, and they'd rather send their shit overseas to be built in a factory that, and I can't stress this enough. It's not about something being built overseas that's a problem. What's the problem is that they oftentimes will have them built by people who just don't give a shit. And then when they come back overseas, they're not given a proper inspection before they get sent out and sold. That's what I think like Schecter is getting right. That's what I think Legator is getting wrong. And BC Rich has also been getting wrong too. It's got nothing to do with where the thing is made. It's got everything to do with the amount of passion that gets put into the craft. You know, I mean, if you've got a guy sitting in a factory in South Korea that's making a guitar, but he's putting his heart and soul into it, that's how you're going to get those incredible one-of-a-kind instruments, you know? Like I've got this thing right here, for example. This is my bread and butter. This is a Schecter C1 Exotic that I've had for over a decade. I've modded it a little bit with like the cream pickup rings and the OG blackouts. But this thing I've had forever, and it has seen some shit. You know, you look at the back, and it's just gotten tore up, like, really, really badly. It needs a new fret job super bad because it's been abused hardcore by yours truly. But that guitar, I would never, ever get rid of it, and that is a South Korean-built Schecter from 10, 11, maybe 12 years ago at this point. That's my baby. See, I know I missed a ton of questions recently. Let's see. Go back a little bit. Let's see. New KM7 Mach 2. I dig it. I like the Mach 1s a little bit better, though. Just some about it. You know, and maybe it's just that I haven't played a Mach 2 that to me feels as good as the Mach 1. But I don't know, we'll see. Let's see, in your experience, a Carvin SD22 pickup close to a Duncan JB? I would say it's a little closer to a Duncan Distortion, honestly. It's a little bit more ballsy than a JB. Any brand you would recommend over Aristides? No. I gotta be honest, no. I think it depends on the situation, one. I think that there's some stuff definitely, like, you don't necessarily need to spend that kind of money on an Aristides unless you want the absolute best of the best. Nothing to worry about. It's going to be a grade A 10 out of 10 instrument no matter what. And you're never going to have to worry about adjusting the neck or having to deal with the elements. Then, yeah, spend the money, get a fucking Aristides. That being said, I think that there are a few brands that are comparable for the most part. I've never found a Mayonnaise that sucked. I've never found a high-end PRS that sucked. So, I mean, I think in terms of quality control and overall build quality, then again, not everyone has the kind of money to spend on an Aristides. So, that's where stuff like Ormsby, Bolliger Gear, and even if you want something like bare bones basic, I would say even Kiesel is a great option. The thing with Kiesel, though, is that you don't want to spend a profuse amount of money on them because then you're paying for a bunch of aesthetic shit that doesn't matter. Let's see. Why is bourbon better than beer? It's not. I love bourbon, don't get me wrong. I love whiskey of all types, but I love my beer. You know, that's a good question, David. I don't know why people don't dig the Ibanez S series, why everyone likes the RG series. I know for myself, like, I always felt a little bit more comfortable with the S series. I've owned RGs, I've owned the S. I like the S more. That's just me. See, if you weren't using a Kemper, what would your dream amp be? I would say at this point, the Omega Obsidian or anything else that has KSR's hands in it. Kyle Rhodes makes a fucking badass amp, flat out. And even though the Omega Obsidian is branded as an Omega amp, he's got a lot to do with that amp. And because of that, I absolutely love that amp. Some of you may have heard a little bit of it in my NAMM recap video from this year. I dig that amp a lot because, like, the Crunch channel has so much gain on tap, it sounds like a classic modded Marshall. Perfect for, like, classic and power metal and even thrash metal stuff. But then you get into the lead channel and it's just full-on brutality. I love it. Just brutal. Let's see. Anything else I missed? Chapman Guitars, haven't tried any yet. Well, no, I take that back. I did try one at NAMM and nah, not so much of a fan. Thomas, not to be a smartass, but any chance of you doing any clean stuff? Probably not. Probably not. I like plugging in, cranking that shit, and playing fucking metal. You know, nothing to discredit the guys that do that. It's just not for me. I'd rather just go balls to the wall. I mean, yeah, fuck. Just something about, like, just plugging into a high gain head and doing a whole bunch of power chords and palm mutes and tremolo picking and shit like that. It's just something cathartic, for lack of a better way of describing it. So, excuse me. That's good. Ever play crank amps back in the day? Yeah, they were decent. Nothing to write home about, though. I tried the Laney Ironheart. It's okay. I mean, there's just so much better stuff out there than it, though. Good question. So the reason why I have these two Line 6 amps right here, I don't play through them. What it is they are here for if I have people come over and they want to play through something, and I've only got so many amps to go around. You know, it's basically so that if people come over and they want to jam, then hey, I've got them covered. It may not sound amazing, but it's something, you know? One of them is for guitar, one of them is for bass too, by the way. Thoughts on Lace electric guitar pickups? They fucking blow, all right? I love Lace sensors. I think those sound really, really good, like the old school ones you would find in, like, a lot of those Fender USA models back in the day, like the Strat Plus and whatnot. But, man, I hate Lace Illumitones. Deathbuckers and Illumitones just are terrible. Sound super shrill. Well, thank you, Juan. I appreciate that. To be honest, I'm just making it up as I go along, so I appreciate it that you dig what I'm doing. Worst band I had to open for. Damn, that's a really good question. Worst band I had to open for. Damn. Who can I say? Oh, thank you, honey. Yes. The wife was just walking through and she just whispered, "Blood on the dance floor." Yes. I had to open for Blood on the Dance Floor 6 years ago at the Whiskey in LA. And oh my God, fucking sucked. Oh, terrible, terrible, terrible. David, you are sorely, sorely, sorely mistaken. Vogue may have been at one point a fantastic metal guitar player back in the day, like when Nihility came out, for example. But these days, man, they're the soulfly of death metal. I can't get into New Decapitated. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So, and nobody can be the best death metal rhythm player so long as Paul Ryan still exists. Fucking Origin. Love that new album. Paul is a beast. New Korn, meh. They haven't interested me in fucking years. Something about them. I will say this, I saw them a few years ago live and they fucking still bring it live. It was awesome. Best band I opened for. That's a really good question too. For those of you who just tuned in when in the past like 10-15 seconds, I'm not being quiet. I'm trying to think because I'm trying to answer a question. And man, is it a tough question to answer. I think if anything, shit. I don't know, maybe Switched, old school new metal band from early part of 2000s. The live version that I always saw was Ben, BC, and Joe. A bass player who I can't remember, and Angel on drums, who also played with like Dope and Crooked and a few other acts, Genitortures. Angel especially, like, me and that dude hit it off really, really great when we were on tour. Love that dude. In addition to Switched, I'd say probably Bleeding Through. Those guys were always super, super cool to me and whatever band I was in whenever we opened for them. Super friendly, happy to check everybody out. Like, they seemed genuinely interested by the local bands, for lack of a better way of describing it. Let's see. I missed a whole bunch of questions here. Let's see. You like any Karak Angren? Yeah, I love me some black metal. Favorite power metal band? Oh, Chris, thank you so much. My absolute favorite power metal band, although I've been giving it a lot of thought, I don't know if you can really adequately call them power metal anymore. But, excuse the darkness. Honey, where's that DVD I just got? There? All right. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Where is it? Where is it? Favorite power metal band, if you can call it power metal, although now I think it's more like classic stuff. It's Primal Fear. I love this band so fucking much. Like I said, I'm not necessarily sure if you can call them power metal anymore. Like, if anything, they're a lot closer to like a nice halfway point between Accept and Judas Priest. So I don't know. I would say it's a lot more classic kind of stuff. But I love Primal Fear. Sidebar. One of the best shows that I've ever seen since I've lived here in California. It was hilarious. I saw Primal Fear at the DNA Lounge in San Francisco. And for those of you that don't know San Francisco, don't know the venues out here, DNA Lounge has a bigger stage area and then has a smaller stage area that's up a flight of stairs. And Primal Fear was playing the big stage area with a crowd that wouldn't have even filled the small stage area. It was maybe 80 people. But it was such a good show. Oh, man. I was up in the front screaming all the lyrics right along with Ralph. It was so great. Let's see. And to piggyback on that, Chris, I would say, though, my favorite power metal album is not a Primal Fear record. No. My absolute favorite Primal Fear, or I'm sorry, my favorite power metal record is, and I'm looking for it so I can actually show it to you. Looking at my CD collection. Lifting up the tier flag, and where is it? Ah, there it is right there. This is my absolute favorite power metal record. Man, it would be great if this camera could focus. Alright, so, come on, camera. There we go. Lost Horizon, Awakening the World. This CD is the tits. Seriously. So fucking awesome. If you dig really cool power metal stuff, very catchy, easy to sing along to, and you have not heard that record, you are fucking missing out. Please check that shit out on Spotify and get back to me. It is incredible. Yeah, Highlander, exactly. When am I going to back off the compression on the snare? Dude, I'll be honest, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing when I record myself. Alright? Everything I know, I've learned from just trial and error. I don't know what I'm doing. Like, everything that I know about recording has either been through, like, watching the occasional YouTube video or asking somebody that genuinely does know what they're doing. And every so often I glean a little bit of info off of that. Sorry, I'm just catching up on a few of the questions you guys have asked while I've gone off on tangents here. Worst thing to happen on stage? Man, this used to happen like every other gig. I would fall. I would jump and I would just crash land. You know? I've never been the most graceful, and I've also never been the thinnest. So I'll do like all these crazy jumps on stage, and a lot of times I just don't stick the landing. You know? No other way I can put it. I'm just clumsy. Walking Dead or Game of Thrones, man, I don't watch either. I'm sorry. So, just, it's so difficult for me to actually get into shows like that at all. I tried watching Walking Dead, you know, and getting into the second season, I just got bored and I just tuned out. Game of Thrones, I haven't given too much of a damn about either. The wife loves it, though. I love Angra, actually. I actually got to see them 2 years ago at Wacken. They opened up the party stage on... Oh, shit, when was it? Sunday, I think? So, Angra went on at 11 a.m. on the party stage at Wacken, and it was so awesome to watch. And they actually had Kiku with them, too. It wasn't Marcelo filling in for him. Kiku was actually there, and they absolutely fucking killed it. With Fabio Leone on vocals, no less. Let's see. Pickguard or no pickguard on the Hyperion? Pickguard. Easy question. Fucking easy question, dude. Something about that Bolliger Gear Hyperion just, sounds, or just looks so rad. What kind of car do you drive? Oh, you're going to love this. We are going to go out to the cars real quick. Dee 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 dee. Pardon the darkness.
It's my soul.
All right, here we go. This is my car. Yes, I have a mint green Fiat that is proudly powered by death metal. Yes, that is my vehicle. No bullshit. And that would be my puppies. Yes, sir, I drive a Fiat. I love my Fiat. And yes, I do drive a stick. As Dan and Eric will tell you, I drive a stick rather badly. Oh, awesome. I just saw who just joined the discussion. Hey, Mike, how you doing? So, for those of you guys that don't know, this guy who just joined us, Mike D'Amelia, is a fucking badass guitar player. I saw his band play at the Parkside in San Francisco not too long ago. He is the guitar player from Astronoid. If you have not checked out Astronoid, I don't know what to say to you. You are fucking missing out. Please go check out that band. How do you stall it again? Dude, just let me drive it. I'll stall it in 5 minutes. Every time. Been driving sticks all my life, and I'll always stall it. Yes, thank you, Dan. Dan was the guy that got me into Astronoid, and yeah, you were fucking right on with that recommendation, sir. So let's see. I don't know. Any other questions? And Gunship and Gojira, yes, yes. Stupidest band name you've ever heard? It's not a real band, but, and Dan, you'll remember this. When Dan and I were trying to get a band formed like maybe 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, something like that in Rockford, we had, oh man, you fucking, I think Dave's watching this actually. You know, Man wasn't bad until the fucking Virgin Brothers got into it. You know, before the Virgin Brothers, they were actually a badass thrash band. But, hey, take it easy, man. But, no, when Dan and I were trying to get a band going together, we had this dude that was singing for us a little bit, Gabe, and he had a fucking great joke that he would just keep running whenever we would be like, hey, so, yeah, like, what's the, what do we want to call this band? And he would always come up with Anus Pummeler. And it would always be unironic for like 5 seconds, and then all of a sudden we would just burst into laughter, like, oh my god, Anus Pummeler, that's the most hysterical shit ever. Okay, honey, I get it. Worst pickup I've ever used? Any Ibanez branded pickup. With the exception of, oh god, I'm trying to remember the stock pickups that were in. I used to have an ARZ 307. That thing actually had some decent Ibanez branded pickups in it. I want to say they were the AH3 and AH4. Those weren't bad. But everything else, like V7, V8, terrible. Stoner metal? Nah. Too boring. Grind EP? Fuck no, dude. It'll be power violence. We'll kick on the Boss HM2s and we'll just launch into it. Do full on... excuse me. Nah, dude. Damn. When you come up next time, we'll do a power violence EP and it'll be full on nails. We'll kick on the HM2s. will start cupping the mic. Who wouldn't want to be one of us? So any other questions about anything? You know, 707s get a little bit of a bad rap, but they're not terrible. They really aren't. You know, I mean, I can dig EMGs for what they are. They're a decent pickup that... Oh, here we go. Great description I heard a buddy of mine use one time with regards to EMGs. EMGs will make your $300 guitar sound like a $900 guitar. However, they will also make your $2,000 guitar sound like a $900 guitar. So, EMGs are great if you've got a cheap hunk of crap guitar and you want to make it sound good. Put it in, it'll sound tits. But there's better stuff out there. Best prog band. Dan, you want to take this? Like, I don't know, like, are you asking me best prog band, or are you asking me best gent band? You missed it. Oh, someone, yeah, I'm gonna like that, actually. Someone asked me what the best prog band is. So, here's the thing. I dig some prog stuff, but I don't know. For the most part, like, I'll listen to it and this motion just keeps going through my head. Like, we're so awesome, we're so talented, man. And because of that, I can't get into a lot of prog stuff. Like, some stuff I really dig, you know, like, I like Opeth, especially when Mikhail was growling. Even the newer stuff, it's not terrible. I saw them at, I'll show you where I saw them at recently. I was at Red Rocks, and I saw them with Gojira and with Devin Townsend. And yes, there's Ziltoid and Herman. But I saw Opeth recently at Red Rocks, and they were still really, really fucking awesome. Even the newer material was really, really good. There's a lot of prog bands out there I like. I love Symphony X. I still dig a lot of Dream Theater stuff, but there's a lot of Dream Theater stuff I can't get into. Amongst other stuff, Fate's Warning is cool. Although I saw Fate's Warning at Prog Power last year, and whoa, did they suck. I'm sorry, that reunion gig of the Awaken the Guardian lineup, that's proof positive that just because an album is old doesn't mean necessarily it's a classic. You know, a lot of that old Fate's Warning stuff is kind of garbage. So, anything else, guys? I mean, otherwise, I don't know, I kind of feel like we're winding down a bit, but hey, feel free to lobby some questions at me. I'll be happy to answer them. You know, the funny thing is I actually kind of dig Periphery, you know, especially anything after that first record. You know, the second record was really cool. The Clear EP was really awesome. And Alpha and Omega, I thought, was absolutely fantastic. The most recent one, you know, I'm still kind of getting used to it. But it's one of those things where, like, what really got me into Periphery was that one year that they were playing in Santa Ana during NAMM. I went to see them, and it was them headlining, and then with Nothing More and Woven War and some god-awful band at the beginning whose name I thankfully can't remember. But, man, dude, Periphery put on such a good fucking show. I was like, alright, that's it. I'm done. I'm a fan. Out there guitar brands you feel need some more exposure. Reaver from Scotland comes to mind instantly. Love that brand. I love that guitar that Chad bought. I really, really want to get one for myself. That being said, there's definitely a few things that are kind of preventing me from getting one at the moment. He doesn't do his own CNC work. He has a friend of his do it, and that friend is a little bit less than receptive to doing new stuff. So if you want something that he has done before, like as far as scale length goes or anything like that, he's down, but he hasn't done a multi-scale instrument yet, and that's what I really want from him. And his buddy with the CNC machine is not willing to do it at this time. How's that brand name spelled? R-E-I-V-E-R. R-E-I-V-E-R. It's actually, there's another brand that the same luthier also runs that makes mostly basses, and that's called AC Guitars. So that might be a little bit easier for you to find too. But Alan, I met at NAMM this last year, really awesome dude, and that guitar played so good, so damn good. The dog has shit run. All right. Take Cookie out, bro. Let's see. And yes, I would wholeheartedly agree with Dan too. Bolliger Gear needs a lot more attention. They're getting a lot of attention right now because of Fluff, and you're seeing them on tour with a few scene bands here or there. But really, that Hyperion that I bought and then Dan bought off me was really rather exceptional for the money. I mean, very, very inexpensive, and it had some really nice attention to detail on it. So, I mean, that's the reason why I've got another one on the way. I have another Bolliger Gear that is on order right now. I can't wait for it, honestly. Hey, Daryl, how you doing? Let's see. Signature Ormsby for the guitarists of Heavy Metal Ninjas. I have no idea what you're talking about. I do not know Heavy Metal Ninjas at all. So, if it's an Ormsby, I can only imagine it's going to be pretty awesome. So, I really dig the Ormsby stuff that I've gotten my hands on. So, and, you know, for those of you that don't know, I now have I wouldn't say a partnership, but there's definitely a little bit of camaraderie with Ormsby at this point. Chad and I, and also Mike Azarnov, we're working diligently to get their metal shape turned into a GTR line. And I've got the cash ready to go, and I'm getting everybody else interested in it. If you haven't seen it or heard about this yet, please go onto the Ormsby Guitars Facebook group and check out the check out like all the different postings that we've had, all the different polls that we've had and surveys we've had about that model. We really, really want it to happen, and the more interest we can get into it, the better. So, I don't know, is there any other questions you guys have? Let's see. Thank you, sir. I enjoy doing them. It's, you know, it's just kind of something I just do because I'm bored, really. So I always appreciate it when people tell me that they dig what I'm doing. Um, you know, it's kind of funny. I kind of got into doing the videos just because I was bored, you know? Just wanted something to do in my spare time, and lo and behold, that just kind of became an option. Wife bought me a GoPro one year for Christmas and started doing a video here and a video there without any sort of rhyme or reason. And then got to be friends with Chad, did that one review video, and it went it became very, very popular. And so I was like, oh, okay, maybe I figured out something that people want to watch, so I started doing more. So it's always interesting to me that people tell me that they really dig what I'm doing. No lie, it's something weird. Like I used to play in bands, and I used to play live all the time. I used to go on tour, and I have absolutely dick to show for it. But meanwhile, here I am, I'm doing these videos, and you guys dig what I'm doing. I'm making a little bit of money off of the ad revenue from YouTube. It's more recognition and money from music than I ever saw when I was actually trying to make music for a living. And now here I am. I've got a day job. I don't need to do this at all, and you guys just seem to dig it, which is pretty cool. So, you know, thank you guys for watching. So, let's see. I have no idea how long we've been doing this for, but I think that's about it. This is the least viewership that we've had throughout the whole time, just 4 viewers. So I think we're going to call it good at this point. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate the opportunity to do this, and I appreciate that you guys dug in. You asked me plenty of questions, and you gave me an outlet to voice my opinion, which is always fun. So, yeah, we'll do it again sometime, all right? Peace out, and enjoy good beer.